plaintiff, Naqueva James, says the defendant is her brother, and he has an ex-girlfriend who constantly causes chaos in his life. Naqueva claims while the defendant was using her car, his ex caught him with another woman and vandalized her vehicle, so she's suing. Defendant Collier James admits that he was seeing two women at the same time, and when his ex found out, she went ballistic. Collier claims he has his ex on video destroying Naqueva's car, so Naqueva should sue her.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
State your name.
My name is Naqueva James.
I know you, Mr. Man. Well, you can state your name anyway. You can state your name anyway. I say I know you, Mr. Man, right?
No.
You're not David Mann.
No, I'm not.
From the sitcom, from Tyler Perry sitcoms. That's. You're not.
Oh, that's we going there.
I'm asking you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
Sir, no, you've never heard that before. See, you've heard it before.
Never heard it before.
Huh?
First time.
I did order some more glasses. I swear I did. I swear. Do you want to ask I gotta get out of this. Debbie or somebody. Debbie. Come on now. Seriously, I gotta get out of this. They're gonna put me off TV saying this to this man without showing proof. What did I do?
Order new glasses.
How many pair?
4.
We all right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, you say I need glasses. You just... Man, I don't know what else. Just go ahead, ma'am.
I'll start off by saying that I love my brother very much, but he doesn't make the best decisions when it comes down to women. He's 45 years old and he has a problem dating multiple women at the same time.
There's a problem.
There's a problem.
What's the problem? I'm just kidding with you, ma'am. You are right. That's no good. Unless all of them know. Now, if he's not deceiving them, go ahead.
He has this one ex-girlfriend. We'll call her Crazy Reckless because that's what he has her labeled as in his phone. Whenever they get together, all hell breaks loose. She must be Secret Service or something because she always gets into his phone and she calls up all his other women and she sends them pictures and video of them together.
No.
Yes.
You gotta tighten up your stable. You're gonna be 4 deep. If you're gonna be 4 deep, dog. Be organized. And don't hurt these women and don't deceive them. But if you're not married, ain't nothing wrong with you being 4 deep if they don't mind. So who went after him? Somebody went after him.
Crazy Reckless.
There you go.
She went off into a jealous rage, and he has a new woman in his life who is very good for him. She went off into a jealous rage and decided to destroy my vehicle.
Okay, and that's what you hear about. Give me some background on you and your brother's relationship over the years.
We're very close.
Good.
Like I said earlier, I love him dearly. There's
Good.
nothing I wouldn't do for him until he starts destroying my property.
Yep. When you have to pay the bills for his dalliances with all these women, then it is time for you to be concerned. Let me hear from you, sir. Give me some background, and you want to dispute all these women that are watching today?
First, let me say, she's right to an extent. Crazy Reckless is the lady's name labeled in my phone. Crazy Reckless has issues with, I guess she has self-esteem issues because...
Okay, so that's one. How about the other?
The other one actually told me to go to Crazy Reckless because I still have feelings for her.
She told you to go back to Crazy Reckless.
Right. To work things out because I have feelings for Crazy Reckless. And I just met the other young lady.
That's 2 so far.
Okay, so There's only two. There's no so far. There's only two.
Oh, I thought you said he had multiple women.
Well,
Not multiple.
let's just say he has 8 children.
Well, can he afford them?
He takes care of them the best he
Does
can.
he have time to give to 8 children?
Of course I do.
Well, then ain't nothing wrong with that.
My oldest is 24. My youngest is 4.
And you take care of
Of course I
take
do.
care of them, and
Yes, I do.
good.
May I add?
Congratulations.
May I add? Crazy Reckless had an issue with me because I didn't want to have a child with her, and she sees how I take care of my children, so that became a
Got it. I want one
Issue.
by him. That's the one I want.
right
the father
because
of
she
my
knows
child.
I love my children with all my heart. So it's like she had an issue with that. Then I met the young lady. Then me and the young lady got a little tight. Me and Reckless were kind of off at the time. So
Why do you like the crazy one?
honest,
Yes.
the toxicity is a little, it
Y'all don't argue and then make love, do you? That?
Yes.
can fight.
Fornicate.
Excuse my language.
I got you, sir. But one of these times it's not going to be relations after the fight. It's going to be the end.
May
sir.
I say
People
this,
don't
though?
fight much anymore. They shoot.
May I say this, right?
Yeah.
Me and the young lady have nothing else to say to each other.
Good.
She's too reckless for me. She doesn't care about me or my children's well-being.
He'll be right back.
Yeah, that's what I was. You took the words out of my mouth. He's going back. How long has it been?
A month.
Oh, please. Thank you. Even you laughing at that. 30 days.
Is there a crazy reckless rehab we can send him to?
That's a good one. There you go. Crazy reckless rehab.
In my defense, I did not destroy her vehicle.
Tell me what
It
happened.
wasn't me.
Tell me what happened.
I was with Crazy Reckless, and she got reckless.
She must be Secret Service or something because she always gets into his phone and she calls up all his other women and she sends them pictures and video of them together.
You gotta tighten up your stable. You're gonna be 4 deep. If you're gonna be 4 deep, dog.
Plaintiff Naqueva James is suing her brother because his ex-girlfriend destroyed Naqueva's car, and he caught the incident on video.
Tell me what happened, sir. It takes more than that. She's suing you and saying that you were negligent. That's
Okay.
what
Yes.
she's suing you
Yes, because
for.
I did not lend my car to Crazy Reckless. I lent it to you.
Okay, jealous rage once again. Couldn't control her impulses. She urinated in the vehicle.
Jeez.
Urinate in the car. For what? Mad at you?
This is the whole thing. Angel this, angel that.
Angel is the new girlfriend.
Okay, angel this, angel that. Tell Angel I said this. Tell Angel I said that. I start taping. I go to call the cops. She like, oh.
What is she doing to cause the police to be?
She's vandalizing the vehicle.
Okay, all I heard is urinate, sir. I don't know.
That's
that
one
might be
part.
your
That's-
thing.
that's
I
one-
have no idea.
That's one part. She caused me to get into an accident. Grabbed the steering wheel, fender bender. Night started off like that. So I'm like, I gotta get away from you. Try to drop her off. She would not get out the car. I'm going to different stores. I give her the money. Or go get me get 2 Coronas and to get her out so I can speed off. No, don't work. I'm not.
What happened? Did she get out and go?
Hell
and get
no.
You say, go get a couple Coronas.
She knows she ain't stupid. She knew I was. So we driving around. I'm trying to find a drop-off point so she could get out and I could speed off. It doesn't happen. She pees in the car. So my whole thing is get her out the car. Don't want to get physical with her, but she's gonna force me to get physical because Crazy Reckless, hence the name. Okay, I park up. We go to by some little lounge spot that we normally frequent. I'm thinking that's gonna get us to go out so I could get inside and leave her in there and get away.
Correct. So what happens?
She starts going crazy on the car. scratching, stabbing. Whatever you could do.
What are you doing when she's doing this?
I'm trying to get her to stop, but then I started videotaping to cover me because I already know night is not gonna go well for me. So I start videotaping. Why are you taping me? Stop taping. No, I don't. I need documentation of what you're doing. She slaps the phone out of my hand. The phone break. It's still able to record. I'm still recording her. She tried to set the car on fire. She breaks the signals. She damages everything that she.
All this over the young lady that you all refer to as Angel?
Yes.
She had confirmed some suspicion or another that day, or?
No, this is the thing. Me and the young lady were together for about maybe 6 years. Right? Off and on.
Angel. Or
no,
this young lady that damaged the car. Crazy Reckless.
We're together off and on for about 6 years, right? She wanted to have my child at one time. She wasn't fit enough to have my kid. She already had kids of her own, right? Okay.
Tell it.
Okay, she was pregnant and I had somebody else pregnant at the same time.
When do you have 8 kids?
But I only have 2 baby mothers, right?
Good.
Okay, so take care of my kids. All my kids love me. They know me. I'm active in their lives. I go see them, talk to them. I call them right now. They're gonna tell you.
Good.
They know I'm here.
All right, good.
Okay, so she went to have my child. I didn't see it fit. You got 5 baby fathers and 5 kids and 4 baby fathers already.
Really?
The other young lady that I had pregnant, I had history with her. You understand me? So that's her first child. We had a child together. Beautiful daughter. It was me and her was.
Where you from, Brooklyn or Queens?
Brooklyn.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Tell how y'all talking, your mannerisms.
Okay. No, no. I'm just kind of,
I'm talking about your intonations in your voice, the accent in your voice. Your sir, be quiet. I know what Brooklyn when I hear Brooklyn. That has nothing to do with
this
that.
one.
Go ahead. Don't wonder y'all together.
Hold up. But Your Honor, listen, right? So.
That Brooklyn. See, that's the Brooklyn in you. Go ahead.
Hold up. The other young lady had my child.
Hold up. That's Brooklyn. They don't talk like that in Harlem. They don't talk like that in the Bronx.
They talk like that.
They don't talk like that in Long Island. They don't talk like that in Roosevelt, Long Island. No, they don't. They talk like that in Brooklyn and in Queens. And that's why I was able to pinpoint it. Go right ahead and move on with crazy.
Yo.
That's been around.
Okay. So I had the baby with the other young lady. She didn't have the baby. She found out that this one had the baby. That's when the secret agent stuff started. She gets in phones, she scales walls, she does all it. She does it all. We talk a little bit. A few hours later, she's on, oh, Angel this, Angel, she get a drink or two, it's over. It's over. You can't, I can't go nowhere without, I can't go to a nice, respectable establishment with the young lady. She's too reckless for me. She doesn't care about me or my children's well-being.
He'll be right back.
Yeah, that's what I was. You took the words out of my mouth. He's going back. How long has it been?
A month.
Oh, please. Thank you. Even you laughing at that. 30 days.
Plaintiff Naqueva James is suing her brother because his ex-girlfriend destroyed Naqueva's car, and he caught the incident on video.
Why don't you think you should have to pay?
Because I didn't do it.
Did you call the police?
I called the cops, right?
At what point?
When she was in the commission of her committing the crime. I called the cops, right? And you know what happened? I had to hang it up so I could have my footage recorded. I needed to record her because...
Did you talk to them?
I said, I need help. I'm being assaulted and my vehicle is being vandalized. She's trying to burn the vehicle.
Did they ever come?
I didn't get a chance to finish the call because when she saw that, she started going crazy. She tried to rip the...
And what did you do while she was doing that?
I started recording her again. And then it got a little physical. She tried to fight me for the keys to the vehicle. She bit me. You know, I had to
And then y'all went and made love. Like
No,
you
we
said,
did
like-
not go make love.
See the,
She
video
called the
that
cops
you're
on me.
talking about.
Oh my God, the video. The video. See this? She peed in the
Stay
car.
in the front seat. Stay in the front seat. And let's go, man. Yo, you.
Crazy Reckless. That's what she does.
All up in my closet, fly higher than a rocket. I'ma stay up in the pocket. What you thinking I'ma do now? Take 3 shots, go shoot now. Make a real player when I run through. I'ma keep getting in trouble you. I'ma end up way in front of you. Been a man since double 2.
She wasn't driving, was she?
She was driving me crazy.
You let her destroy my car.
That clearly wasn't me.
You were responsible for it.
That wasn't me.
You were
Why don't you
responsible.
think you're responsible, sir? Just because she committed the act? How about you having custody of your sister's car and allowing someone who you know to have a propensity for violence in the car, riding them around, they get violent, or you were trying to get her out of the car. Why? Because you believed she would get violent. So you're trying all these ways to get her out of the car instead of just driving to the police station, going in and saying, I got a young lady that won't get out of my car, and I'm concerned that she's going to turn violent because she has a propensity to do so.
I object.
So much so that we call her crazy reckless. And I don't know, officer, why I let crazy reckless in my sister's car, because now she won't get out. And the police will walk out there and they'll say, crazy reckless? He wants you, this gentleman wants you out of his car, and let them act the fool on them and see what happens. Judgment for the plaintiff. You were reckless in having crazy reckless in the car, and you're liable. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Now, you want to know how Harlem sound? That's how Harlem sound, Doc. Harlem don't sound like Brooklyn. That's Harlem, baby.
Leather shoes.
Harlem world.
Red bottom, the leather shoes.
I wish that you would make better choices with the women in your life and stop seeing multiple women at one time. You have one right now that's really good. She's good for you. Be with her. Stop playing around.
She's right, but it wasn't like multiple women. It was just 2 women at that particular time. And I really wanted to be with Crazy Reckless, but Crazy Reckless didn't want to be with herself. Crazy Reckless was too reckless. So I wound up going, you know what? I like what I like.
Plaintiff Valerie Raish says the defendant is her older sister, and Valerie has always wanted to be just like her until she started abusing drugs and alcohol as a teen. Valerie's suing her sister for stealing her identity and getting traffic tickets in her name. Defendant Victoria Miller lost custody of her kids after her son was abused by her ex. And after that, Victoria became heavily addicted to drugs and was in and out of jail. However, she insists she has since cleaned up her act.
Start with you.
Okay. Growing up, I looked up to my sister. I literally followed her to her friends' houses to go partying, and I'd steal her CDs. I wanted to
The
be
age difference.
5 years. I wanted to be exactly like her. But when she got into her teenage years, 14 or 15, she started on drugs and alcohol and started spiraling.
You didn't keep going with her?
No. She started spiraling and going in and out of juvie, and that really broke mine and my brother's hearts. It affected us a lot.
How were you able to break away from that influence?
My father was also in prison for most of our life. So seeing her take the same path, I decided I don't want to.
Okay, well, that's good and strong of you. Most siblings, older siblings, the young one follows their footsteps and a lot of times don't break away or don't break away in time. My brother's 6 years older than me, and that's the exact scenario. And my mother used to make him take me with his friends. So I don't think she quite knew what was happening, but you know, that certainly played a role. And I didn't break away until I went to jail. And then he had a downward spiral. Same scenario, and a lot of others go through that. So that's why I want you to tell audience and tell me in retrospect what I could have done. But no, what folks should do. And you say, look at examples of others. You see your brother or your sister going down the wrong track. You look at examples of others who went down that track and you say, I don't want to be like the other person, so I'm going to stop following my sister. That's pretty much.
Well, actually, when I was 15, I dropped out of school to move in to stay with her, to help her with her two kids while she worked. And I was watching them during the day so she could work at night, and I was watching them at night while she was at work. And then I found out after a few months that she was actually partying most of the time and working sometimes. So after that, I decided to go back to my mom's.
That's not right.
Yeah.
I was working all the time, but partying after work, like in the middle of the night.
All right. There's a big difference there, huh?
I was 13.
But once again, I applaud you for your strength. So congrats to you. Most siblings, older siblings, the young one follows their footsteps and a lot of times don't break away or don't break away in time. My brother's 6 years older than me, and that's the exact scenario. And my mother used to make him take me with his friends. And I don't think she quite knew what was happening, but
Plaintiff Valerie Raish is suing her sister, who admits she became heavily addicted to drugs and was in and out of jail after losing custody of her children.
And did you all begin falling out, or you just kind of went your separate ways?
Well, I moved back to my mom. She kept spiraling. She would move here and there, different boyfriends or husbands to different states and different towns. 2017, she came back.
From wherever?
Wherever. And she was sober, claiming to be sober. And I was hesitant at first, but I was watching her.
To embrace her, you say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was watching her, and she got a job.
Give her some tissue.
And she made manager, and I'm so proud of her.
Folks don't realize as well, it's hurtful to the sibling to see the other sibling on the downward spiral. You almost want to avoid being in their company because it's almost hurtful. And am I right? When you're looking at a downward spiral right in front of your face, it's hurtful to you if you love that person. So sometimes it's just easier to stay away. Hey, I'm not going to go and embrace that hurt that I know I'm going to see when I get over there, or that I'm going to hear when I see her. So that's another lesson folks should know. And those who are victim to drugs and alcohol addiction, that your loved ones it hurts them to look at you like that. And if they're not coming around or don't want you around, part of it is not just because you might take something, but it's because the pain that you cause. I look at you and you give me pain. Because you were my sister. I did everything with you. You were my hero. And now you've been destroyed. And you keep destroying yourself. And so I don't want to look at you like that. So that's kind of how you felt for many years. And until 17, when you invited her back, how did that go when you invited her back into your life in 2017?
I was hesitant, but as I said, she got a job. She made manager. I was very proud. She didn't leave again. She stayed.
Good.
My kids had never known her. and they had Auntie Vicky finally. Like, now they have a relationship. They get excited when she comes over.
Good.
Go swimming and do stuff.
Good.
And
She hasn't gone back down the destructive path that you know of?
well, that's why we're here.
All right, let me get to her and let her give me some background, then we'll get to the specifics. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so like she said, when we were younger, she did move in with me. She didn't drop out of school to move in with me. She was already dropped out of school. She did move in with me to help take care of my kids, and it was a huge help. Not that it's an excuse, but what she's not mentioning is I was not even 21, and I had 3 kids. So yeah, I went to work, I'd get off, and I would go out. I started dating somebody, and we'd go to bonfires, stuff like that. I'd get off work 10:30, 11 o'clock. Kids were in bed.
Hold on, I'm sorry, ma'am. I hope you don't mind. I'm not trying to diminish the importance of what you went through, but you were really getting high. If y'all were doing it, well, y'all used the bonfire?
I wasn't on drugs at that point. I didn't get on drugs.
That really heated up.
You had
Stick
2
that pipe
kids
in
at
there.
that point. You had 2 kids.
That's a big hit.
You got pregnant.
I was getting high then. I was in the bonfire now. That wasn't no regular torch. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, no, I
Y'all
wasn't
wasn't
on
using
drugs
no
at
regular torch. Y'all was doing the bonfire, bro. Woo! I know that was beating me up, Scotty. Y'all were hiding a 8 ball of going 20 seconds. All right, go ahead. So,
So what? I didn't get on drugs until later. 2009, I got into a really stupid relationship, and it quickly turned south. He started abusing me and my son. A friend took my kids and ended up reporting it. So he was arrested. I was arrested the next day, and subsequently charged with failure to prevent bodily harm, and ended up pleading guilty to the charge. I was put on probation, class H felony, and lost the kids and lost my home and spiraled.
Yeah.
From there on out, for the next 5-6 years, any kind of pills I can get my hands on. Like she said, it was just, I was in and out of jail, on the run. I'd get caught, get out, get arrested again, go back to jail for something else, back on probation.
Plaintiff Valerie Raish is suing her sister, who admits she became heavily addicted to drugs and was in and out of jail after losing custody of her children.
did any judge ever sentence you to drug rehab?
No, but when I was in jail in 2011, I joined a program.
In jail?
Yes.
Okay, and how long did that keep you sober?
Maybe a month after I got out.
Did you go to NA after getting out? Well, that was your mistake.
I'm not gonna, I honestly pretty much gave up. Didn't really care.
Okay, you didn't want to stop. You wanted to come get that fresh high.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And until you go to inpatient and then frequent NA, in my opinion, you have about 10% chance. Now, I hear of some people who say, well, God did it. I joined the church and that was enough for me. I'm not fighting with God. You tell me God did it for you, fine. Probably 10%. However, the other 90, I think, unless you go to rehab and NA, you're going to relapse frequently. Would you agree or not?
Yeah, I would. Because I did it for a couple years, and then I ended up breaking my arm and got put on pain pills and had a short little stint of being on pain pills again, and quickly realized what I was doing, and then that's when I joined a program.
Oh, good. And how long ago was that?
Going on 2 years.
And you still keeping yourself sober for the most part?
No, yeah, totally. I don't have time.
All right, now, I don't know about you didn't relapse in 2 years. You think she's been clean for 2 years? You think
I hope
she
so.
had a relapse or so? Let me hear from you about this case. Maybe that'll get some insight.
Well, in March 2021, I found out through my insurance that I had a speeding ticket and an uninsured while driving ticket from 2019. And from the past, she's used my name. So I asked her about it, and she admitted to other times doing it, but denied this time. So I went to my local police department and talked to them, and then I talked to her again about it, and she admitted to it. And she had to go to try to get off my record, and she was fined. They wanted to go after her for felony identity theft, but I broke down and cried and begged them not to because she was doing so well. So they made a deal that if she goes in, then they'll talk to her. So they just made a deal with her. And she has admitted it and taken responsibility, like, legally. But to me, it just seems like she doesn't understand how hard it's been to try to get off my record. And she just, like, shrugs her shoulders.
Tickets?
I'm not sure she paid them. But
Okay, but I guess my point is the $3,500. You're suing for both identity theft, $3,500, and then $1,500 for emotional distress. So the $3,500 goes toward what that you're suing for today? How does she owe you $3,500?
For continuously using my identity.
I only used it once.
Okay, so that's part of the consequences. That's what you're suing for?
Yes. Like, they literally wanted to arrest her for felony identity theft. But I talked to them, and they were able to just fine her for obstruction. And otherwise, she'd be sitting in jail right now for years and years.
Let me ask what consequence financially you've suffered. Your insurance went up? Did that happen or something?
My insurance went up for the past 2 years. I had points on my license I didn't know about. I've spent countless hours, lots of hours, going between the police department and the DMV trying to get it off my record. Is much harder than you would think to actually get off your record.
I've heard.
I still haven't gotten it off. I still have to go in front of a local court with a prosecutor and have a judge actually clear me of it. But that hasn't been done yet. And then once that's done,
yep. And that's what I was looking to hear, those type of things, the consequences of that.
Plaintiff Valerie Raish is suing her sister, who admits she became heavily addicted to drugs and was in and out of jail after losing custody of her children.
And first and foremost is your insurance. It's costing you more money every year, and it's probably going to continue. I don't know how long they keep insurance rates up. You may have $500 a year increase in your premium, and multiply that by 5 years, that's $2,500 already in premium increase. And then all the time you took off going back and forth to court and focus on that when you could have been focusing on making you some more money, then you've lost some income. That's why I was trying to get to solid things like that. I know the emotional distress is because of the stress of that type of extreme activity you have to engage in to repair everything. Dealing with those credit folks and dealing with the police and dealing with the courts and dealing with the Secretary of State or the DMV regarding your license. That is nothing but a bunch of hassle that you put her through. You tell me about what happened.
Ooh, I lied. Sorry, I did use her name another time. That's when I actually got arrested and went back up north while I was working. But anyway, long story. So I did use it twice. So as I said, I had been on the run for my own stupidity for years. And while I was on the run up north or down here in Chicago, I went over and over in my head, like, all right, if I get stopped by the police or, I'm in a car, we get pulled over, whatever, I just rehearsed, I'm Valerie. I told myself I was Valerie.
Rehearsing it. Go ahead.
As long as it didn't affect her all that time. I never would do that to her. So when I got pulled over that time, I was on my way from work, hadn't been in trouble. I did lie to her about it because I thought it was 2018 and she said 2019, so I was confused on the dates. It's the only reason I lied though. But then once she was saying the actual dates, and then I went back and remembered my friend's birthday party where I was going to, well, her son's. Then I was like, wait, nope, yep, it was that time. That was me. I did do it. And she was like, well, you're going to hate me, but. And then she told me what she did, went to the police department.
No.
No, let her finish.
I had to confront you.
Go ahead, ma'am. Finish up.
So she had her dates, all that. We're messaging. She said, you're going to hate me. And I said, well, what? And she told me she went to the police department and she talked to them. And the only way to get this off of her record is to figure out who did it initially. And they asked her if she knew who it was. And she said, well, probably my sister. And they said, well, you have to get your sister to come in here and admit to it. And I told her, of course, like I did this. I took responsibility. I didn't realize that it was going to affect her insurance and to that magnitude. I honestly, to be 100% honest, when I first did it, every time the phone would ring or a messenger would be from her, that's what I thought it was going to be about. I don't know how it took them 3 years to find it. I don't. But as weeks went on, months went on, I paid the tickets before they were due because I wasn't going to have that on her. And then I just I figured that it didn't affect her insurance. I paid the tickets and it was just done until she asked me about it. So then, like she said, I did go into the police department with her and admitted to it. And besides the tickets I initially paid, I got 2 more tickets that I had paid.
Plaintiff Valerie Raish is suing her sister, who admits she became heavily addicted to drugs and was in and out of jail after losing custody of her children.
Yeah, you caused her a lot of problems, ma'am,
yes.
Both financially and emotionally, with her time and the stress that's involved in dealing with these agencies. If you really want some stress, start dealing with government agencies. And she's dealing with 2 or 3 at a time, plus bill collectors, all the other folks. You cost her a lot, ma'am. Not just the money, not even just the increase in her insurance, but that is very stressful. Loss of whatever else she could have been doing that may have enhanced her life or her pockets. Maybe work she perhaps had to take off because the government is open. If you work 9 to 5, those are the hours the government is open. After that, you're out of luck. So most unfortunately, taking care of government business, you have to take off work. And that's terrible. So I'm going to grant her judgment. You caused her a lot of problems, ma'am. And people do these things and they don't think about all of the consequences. They just think, well, I'll just pay her ticket off and she'll be fine. You don't think all the other consequences. You don't think of the things I just said, those headaches, so big of a headache. These folks go to these government agencies, they don't want to help you. And they won't look at you when they talk to you. How can I help you? What?
Getting that one.
All right, well, it's 4:45, sir. No, we ain't going to be able to do it in 15 minutes. Come back tomorrow. Take another day off. I can understand. I feel your pain, and you'll get $5,000 for it.
Thank
all
you.
right, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Stay strong, all right? All right.
I wish you would have been a little bit more understanding, empathetic. Like when I came to you about, I was afraid that you'd hate me.
That's what I said. I said, you said I was going to hate you.
Yeah, and you didn't show any emotion. You just shrugged it off.
No, I didn't.
You
I said, why would I hate you?
No,
Of course I'll do this for you.
I said, why would I hate you? Of course I wouldn't hate you. But that's it. I was like, I feel so horrible. I was like literally crying. You're like, I'll go.
I didn't know all that. I would never purposely hurt her, ever.